All right, everyone, let us pray. I'll, Lord, I ask for the extraction of all negative ego patterns, programs, beliefs, and behaviors that are stopping me from experiencing merger and intimacy with you. Take away from me all that are stopping me from becoming like you. Remove from me all false, limiting, restrictive, and rigid beliefs that are holding me from complete and total liberation. Allow me to merge my heart with your heart. Elevate me that I may know what you know, feel what you feel, and perceive what you perceive. Expand my compassion, kindness, understanding, and neutrality so that I can mirror your glory on earth. Cleanse and purify me so that I can become a worthy reflection of your divine presence, for you are my root, foundation, and hope. You are the source of an endless and perpetual cascade of blessings, divine grace, and goodness. Fill me at overflow capacity, that all my needs are miraculously and instantaneously fulfilled. Help me reflect your light of perpetual hope into the world. May I become an anchor and grounding rod, spreading your hope, transformation, and love into the world. Amen. Lord, help me understand that it is not my responsibility to fix, repair the burden of my flock. Give me the compassion to empath and know their fears and struggle, but unroot in me the desire to rescue the world. As I guide your children, give me the discernment to learn how to hold space compassionately for the natural and evolutionary healing of others to take place without my interference. Help me remember that all healing comes from you, for you are the Redeemer, the Repairer, the Benefactor that can fix and heal everything. I am not the healer. I am not the light or the power. I am the lens that helps broadcast, reflect, and ground your light. Show me how to remove my ego and personal agenda as I simply reflect your brilliance, magnificence, and infinitude on earth. Lord, be in me, in front of me, behind me, at my side, on top of me, and below me. Embrace me with your love and support, and may your grace restore your kingdom on earth. Lord, elevate me from the fears and triggers connected to surviving, and help me cultivate your 144 celestial virtues. Let my awareness expand into that rich tapestry and space of higher feelings and emotion. May I know what you know, see what you see, feel what you feel. I surrender my entire consciousness and let go of all of my fears, pain, suffering, and burden into a power that is immensely bigger, richer, and nuanced than me. I humbly surrender all control. For the vast continents is the driver and the source of all repairs, solutions, and redemption. Let an endless cascade of benevolence, goodness, and blessing pour down onto me and remove all separations, fears, and fragmentation from all aspects of my life. Lord, I ask you to take over and guide all parts of my life. May your blessing fall upon me in the most miraculous, instantaneous, and unexpected ways. May I be freed from all pain and suffering. Take me into the blessed field and let me prosper in your protection, embrace, and love. May your light shine through me unto others. May the endless blessing, perpetual renewal, and unceasing repairs that you provide me pass to everyone in my circle of influence. Let this blessing reach humanity and every corner of the earth. The mineral kingdom, the vegetable kingdom, the animal kingdom, and unto the roots of Gaia. Let your light, power, and dominion return back to earth. Standing at the edges of darkness and the horror of war, Lord, help humanity find peace and healing. May your light, compassion, and mercy embrace and support the victims, the displaced, and the dead. Illumine the hearts and minds of world leaders to find a way to resolve conflicts and disagreement without death and destruction. May all war, battles, and conflict end. Bring peace to the world. But peace cannot be demonstrated in the world if we're not individually and internally at peace with ourselves. We acknowledge our own inner brokenness and pain, suffering, and fears, our own inner war. We ask for forgiveness for all the times since the beginning of creation until now that we try to hoard, attack, dominate, and conquer as a reaction to a need to survive. Attack is a loss of control and an attempt to gain it back. My lack of internally and externally control is a big fear trigger, and I am afraid. I surrender that fear unto you, Lord, for you are the Redeemer. I let go completely. and may it be replaced by your peace, healing, compassion, repair, and love. May the peace, serenity, and liberation that I know radiate to the world. Let humanity find peace profound by your grace and mercy. Lord, in the center of planetary chaos and fears, I surrender all my agitation to you. Help me let go of my attachment to outcome. Show me how to release my desire to save the world so that I am not burdened to remove the pain and the suffering of others. I surrender all my fears and responsibility into you. I let go of all control. I release all my personal and planetary responses to fears into your hands. Take me into safe shores. Navigate me into safe waters. Guide my every step that I may be enveloped by your light, love, and protection. Let me find your peace so that I may demonstrate your peace, serenity, and freedom to the world. Through you, may I show your flock the path into the ascended tomorrow. May your kingdom be manifested on earth. Amen. Hosanna into the highest. Hosanna into the highest. Hosanna into the highest. What I want to do, two things. I want to go over the protocol, the 12th breath, the universal breath, and the protocol to project out of love, compassion, mercy, and generosity the peace and the serenity that we enter into with the 12th breath to a specific individual. It could be somebody next to you, somebody that you're touching that has a distress or pain or suffering in their body. It could be somebody that's remote on the other side of the world or the other side of the universe. It doesn't matter. Time and space is not relevant. It could be an animal. It could be a plant. It could be you. So the healing stuff we're going to do now is short. It shouldn't last no more than 5 to 7 minutes. And it's a way to transmit the peace, the serenity, the neutrality, and the liberation that you now, after the 12th breath, or in the rest and the serenity of God, you can project it and extend it into someone else that you can find in the torsion field. Now the 12th breath is actually a shortcut for the torsion field. I don't drive without doing the 12th breath. I put the key in the ignition, I let the car warm up, and as it's happening, it takes no more than a minute to do it. I do it around the vehicle, I ask for protection. There are too many things that are going around the world right now to not do this. And given the fact that I had this accident that happened to me, although I was highly protected, it could have been worse. I could have actually died.
and I was supposed to die in that point, but I was protected because I'm doing the torsion field all the time. So we need to understand this and use the system and the practice, and this is where the rubber touched the roads for all of us. So what you're going to do is that you're going to do first. So and by the way, you could also project that healing toward yourself. Let's say, for example, you're in distress, or you're physically ill, and you have discomfort or some sort of stuff in your body that's happening, whatever that may be, and you want to give energetic support to your own self. So your distressed body is over here, and once you do the 12th breath, you shift out of the distressed body into a vertical column of light that is basically your antakarana and the rod of Melchizedek. And the same system we're going to use now, you can project, and you say to your distressed body, you call it in the field, you see and you sense where it shows up in the field around you, and then you say, may the peace, the serenity, and the neutrality that I know pass on into my distressed body. And the energy will just move, because the pass on is like a key and a command, a decree. The moment you say this, it's projected out of love, out of kindness, out of compassion, and out of generosity. It's projected out to wrap and to take another part into entanglement, into quantum entanglement, so that you now and that other part resonate exactly at the same level. So it's a way to create self-healing. It's also a way to help other people who are in distress as well. So we're going to go over this. So the first thing for you to do is the 12th breath. And the way you do it is that the first breath comes from the core of the earth. And as you inhale, as if your lung extends the core of the earth, you inhale. You let this breath move, continue to breathe, and then you exhale as you go outside of your head, and it goes until you reach source. And you exhale completely, you let go of everything. Now, the retention of the breath, the pause, you let it happen, and then you inhale from source. And you bring the breath back down into your body, passing through your head, going to your core, going to the core of the earth, and you let go. You exhale completely, you surrender everything. And you do a total of 12 of this another cycle of pairs of 5 for a total of 12 breaths. Now, I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to put some music in the background. And it's going to take me 10 minutes to do because I'm wording everything out. If you're doing it by yourself, it's going to take you no more than a minute, or at the most, if you're breathing very slowly and deeply and you have a good pranayama practice, it's going to take you maybe a minute and a half. No more than that. And then you're done. And it's a shortcut because you've done now the torsion field so much. It's a shortcut now to for the torsion field, because as you're doing the breath, the guardian lines of light will automatically create the torsion field around you. All right, let me get the music started, and then we'll do the meditation.
Take a very deep and slow breath. Keep breathing deeply and slowly. I release all attachments, fears, and control. And I surrender into the great emptiness and endless luminosity. Take the first breath from the core of the earth and let this breath move upwards to the bottom of your feet, passing through your core, exiting outside of your head, and going all the way into source. As you exhale completely, let go of everything. Surrender. Take another breath from source. And let this breath cascade down into the top of your head, passing through your core, exiting at the bottom of your feet, and going into the core of the earth. And as you do this, exhale, release and let go of all of your fears and your burdens. Take another breath from the core of the earth. And let this breath move through the bottom of your feet, passing through your core, exiting outside of your head, and going into source as you release all attachments, fears, and control. Exhale completely. Take another breath from source. And let this breath move, cascading down into the top of your head, passing through your core, exiting at the bottom of your feet, and going into the core of the earth. As you surrender completely, emptying your lungs out slowly and letting go of all fears. Take another breath from the core of the earth and let this breath move through the bottom of your feet, passing through your core, exiting outside of your head, and going into source. As you surrender and let go of everything. It is not your responsibility to fix or repair anything. Take another breath from souls and let this breath move, and as it cascades down to the top of your head, passing through your core, exiting at the bottom of your feet, and going into the core of the earth, emptying yourself out as you exhale slowly and completely. Take another breath from the core of the earth and let this breath move through the bottom of your feet, passing through your core, moving through the top of your head, going into source, as you exhale everything out, letting go of all unwanted frequencies and vibration. Let go of everything. Take another breath from source and let this breath move onto the top of your head, passing through your core, exiting at the bottom of your feet, going into the core of the earth, and allow yourself to exhale completely and slowly out. Empty yourself out. Let go. Take another breath now from the core of the earth. Let this breath move through the bottom of your feet, passing through your core, exiting outside of your head, and going into the source. As you exhale out completely, emptying your lungs and releasing all toxic and compromised energies. Take another breath now from source. And let this breath move down into the top of your head, passing through your core, exiting at the bottom of your feet, and going into the core of the earth. Surrender, let go, release. Take another breath now from the core of the earth. Let this breath move upward into the bottom of your feet, passing through your core, exiting outside of your head, and going into source. Exhale out completely. Let go. Take a final breath from source and let this breath move down into the top of your head, passing through your core, exiting at the bottom of your feet, and going into the core of the earth. As you exhale out slowly and deeply, surrender, let go, release. I now enter the rest and the stillness of God. Become aware now of the individual you're going to send the healing to. Find them in the torsion field around you. And once you've located them, keep your gaze on them. As you become aware of your spiritual axis and verticality, may the peace, the serenity, the neutrality, and liberation that I know pass on to you. Blessed be, O God. Blessed be. Thank you for the blessing. I accept the gifts and I receive with gratitude. Take a deep breath, and whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes.
It was deep. That was deep, Pierre. Thank you.
You're welcome, Janice. You're all welcome.
So this method is the easiest way to transmit the serenity and the peace that you know. That's entrainment. That's quantum entanglement. It's faster than any other healing modality that I know. You don't have to position yourself toward the east. You don't have to do ritual. You don't have to long prayer. And again, if you do the breath yourself, the breath will take you no more than 2 minutes to finish. And then the healing itself will take maybe another 5 minutes, and you're done. And if the person is in the phone with you, or you're putting it's hands on, they're doing, and they're right next to you. When you put your hand on, let's say, their kid, there's a part of them that's in distress, mentally or whatever. It shifts things very quickly. It shifts things very quickly. And you can feel people sighing and feeling better almost immediately.
Yep, I can attest to that right now.
Yes.
Mhm.
So the part two of this is not exactly similar, but it's built on the same principle as the first part. So this is now okay. So what we are doing now with the new version of the torsion field is that at every time a torsion field gets created, instead of saying I remember myself in the fifth dimension, the seventh, the ninth, the 10th, wherever, we are saying begone time and space. Begone time and space is theurgy. Theurgy is ceremonial magic, where a magician would have a staff in their hand. In this instance, we don't need a staff since the staff is for show. The staff is really the antakarana that connects us to the rod of Melchizedek and all the way back to God. So what we're going to do is that as we are practicing with every torsion field, and I'm going to do the practice with you in about 30 minutes. So as we practice with the torsion field, and we're repeating the begone time and space, what we're doing is that we are reminding the guardian in that realm, in that dimension, and ourself that is a part of ourselves that exists in that dimension, that we're going to move in unison, that if ever the word is uttered out, begone time and space, the moment it's uttered, the whole column, the entire antakarana, shift in unison outside. Now, where it goes will depend on where you're staring at. And I'm going to get into that in a second. And the way you do it is that right now, let's say once a week or twice a week, I want you to start practicing the begone time and space by projecting it out. It's the same as may the peace, the serenity, the neutrality, and the pass on to you. When you say pass on, it is a projection. It's a command. It's a decree. When you're saying that begone time and space, it's not just a decree. It's a command to the entire universe. to project the antakarana outside and to create an exception in natural law. Whatever is going on around, you're creating an exception by the measure of God. Because now you're standing as a priestess of Melchizedek. It's not just you as a human being. You're standing there as a priestess of Melchizedek, and you're commanding from the universe that an exception be created as an act of kindness, love, generosity, and compassion. And that's the only way it's going to work. And you're doing this because whereas before it's a one-on-one kind of thing. For example, I'm doing this for myself, or I'm doing this for someone else. I'm trying to intercede for them, and I'm praying for them. But in this instance, I need to, given the way the planet is going to go now, I need to intercede for 200 people. I need to intercede for 1,000 people all at once. And I need to do this quickly because people are in distress. They're emotionally or psychologically in distress. And they, not only that, they have attachments from all the usual players that are trying to inflate their emotions. So when I say the begone time and space, I am decreeing to the universe that I am releasing, I'm projecting a dilation bubble above and around them so that the torsion field gets recreated around them, so that the same peace, the same serenity, the same neutrality, and the same liberation that I know is now over them. Now, do not worry about projecting specific feelings. When you say the begone time and space, the alignment that's within you is going to project on top of them. And the reason I'm saying this to you is that, like one of my students or the student was asking, how do we know what to put inside the torsion field when it's created outside of ourselves? You don't need to put anything. Just for now, project only begone time and space and let it be created outside of you. Now, I'm going to give you a lot of caveat because I tend not to do this in front of people, or if I do it, I minimize what happened because people get stunned. When I do it, the room, the floor in the room and the wall feel that they're tilting, like they're moving. And they are actually tilting because you're changing, you're banishing time and space in the area where the torsion field is going to create it. You're banishing time and space. And the walls and the floors are tilting because you're casting it out. Because that's what you're saying. That's the decree. Begone time and space. You're casting it out. And when you do this, it will immediately create that exception. And when the exception is created, and why I'm saying not to do this in front of people, be careful, because it could very easily turn into a trap for your ego. Because if you have a big following and you do this in front of them, people will see that you have, or feel that you have power. And because they see you have power, they're gonna capitulate their power into you and ask you to rescue them all the time. And when enough people are knocking at your ego door and telling you have so much power and you can do all these things, it's very easy for you to fall in the trap and believing that you have the power, and then you're stuck for the rest of this incarnation carrying their karma, and you will not ascend. You will not ascend. Because you don't have the power. God has the power. You're just the grounding rod and the anchoring point for God's power. It's not you that has the power. And the reason it took so long, because that information was accessible to me since 2010, when Lord Melchizedek asked me to create the Ascension Wave. I had all these people around me. Remember how many people used to be in this apartment? I remember one time for 2012, there were people sitting at my feet. If one more person showed up in my small apartment, I would have had to sit them at a fire escape. But none of them wanted to stay to do the real emotional change and transformation that was needed and necessary.
I remember sitting by your feet.
Yes, you remember that day. You remember that. And no one wanted to stay, and they thought I was either being selfish or I was too slow. I'm repeating the same thing. The reason I repeat it is because you haven't gotten it. You think intellectually you're there. You don't understand it emotionally. Here is the key to the beyond time and space as well. When you say beyond time and space and you project it out, and I'm going to have you practice it yourself once or twice a week, to externally practice it in your apartment, in your living room, dining room, wherever, or your bedroom, and you're going to say beyond time and space and you're going to project it out. I'm going to go into it in a second, and you project it out. I want you to understand something. It's not going to work initially. Why? It's because in order for it to work, you have to find your voice. I don't know if any of you have ever watched the Dune Saga movies. There is an order of female priestess called the Bene Gesserit. And they have a way that they change their voice.
Yes.
And when they change their voice, anybody around them, they can command them to do anything. And they will blind you. That's what you're doing. You need to find your voice. It's not yelling. It's not screaming. It's not a whisper. It's you as a Melchizedek priestess. You have to find that voice. And the moment you find it, when you command it, it will shift outside. And that comes with practice. That comes with practice. And that's why we're changing the way we're doing the torsion field now by including the command at every dimension, so that you remember what the command is and the voice can come back to you. The voice is connected to the throat chakra, which is the chakra that manifests. John chapter 1 verse 1, in the beginning was the Word and the Word was God. It's through the utterance of a frequency that everything gets created. It is the Word that creates everything. That affirmation was available in 2010, but no one would be able to manifest it. And I demonstrated it a couple of times in front of people, but one time there were people around me, I poo-pooed it. I'm like, oh, it's nothing. What is it? I just felt all these things shifted. I'm like, don't worry about it. It's nothing. It's nothing. I walked away and I pretended it was nothing. You need to be very... People, if you can levitate something or make things happen, people will follow you like the Pied Piper. They will pay any kind of money. They will surrender everything to you. But it's a trap for your own ego, and you will not ascend for the rest of this lifetime. You're going to have to come back again to redo it all over again. I'm telling you because I got caught in the trap before. Listen to my long snout and my personal experiences from past lives, okay? So, the way you're going to do it, to explain this to you and to explain how you do this, when you are ready to express it, I can't do it toward the video because every time I do it toward the video shorts out. I have to redial it. It's a whole complication, okay? Because I'm canceling time and space, and even the transmission of that video will stop. So I have to do it in this direction. So it's a decree coming from my voice, beyond time and space. And when I say space, the antakarana is already moving. And as I do this space, the same way when you had your eyes closed and you sense in space around you where the person is you're sending the healing to, as you say space, your eyes are now open, completely open. In the room that you're in, you sense or feel where the antakarana goes and moves to. In the center of the room somewhere, you will sense it. You will know it energetically where it moves to.
The same way when your eyes are closed, you call the name of the person you're doing the healing, and you can sense it. It's the same sensation, but this time your eyes are open. Okay? And you hold your hands as your eyes are open, and after you say space and you hold it, and then you're going to feel at that moment, once you find the core in the center where it is, keep your gaze engaged. You're not releasing your gaze. Your eyes are fixed on that where the antakarana is now, and as you hold it there, you let the guardian now come in to reaffirm the boundary and the perimeter of the torsion field. The first guardian comes in. As it comes in, the universal breath, you're going to do it out loud. I can already feel the room begin to shake already. So as by the time you finish it, everyone that's in the room, every atom, every molecule, every plant, every animal, every insect that is in the room is gonna be inside, because you are now projecting the peace that's within you outside. So your peace, your serenity, the rest of God and the stillness of God that you're in they will be enveloped in it. Now, if for example you need to clear a room, you might hold the intention very quickly in your head, clear this room of all negativity. In fact, a lot of time, particularly when you do it for a large group, because I don't know I don't have the smart to know all the details of the karma. Let's say I'm doing it for a group of 50 or 100 people. I don't know what their karma is and what kind of burden I should leave in place, and I am not that intelligent, but the field is greater and more intelligent than me. I simply project it, put it in place, and I let the field take care of it. Because I don't want to carry somebody's karma and have this anvil attached to me so that I cannot ascend, I cannot elevate. I want to help, because it's in the helping and the sharing and the intercession that we actually elevate and go in a higher level of ascension. But it has to be done correctly. I cannot take your karma because I'm trying to elevate myself. What it will do is that it will give you clarity. It will give everyone in that exception clarity. All of a sudden they will have clarity. They will be free. If they have attachments, the attachment will go away from them. And all of a sudden they will realize, why am I doing it this way? I could do it that way. I don't have to. And all of a sudden they'll have this incredible clarity. And their emotional burden and the stuff that was distressing them, all of it will go away. Any questions? Any comments?
I'm about to go to work, Pierre. Can you send me the recording?
Yes, I will. And I will send you an email for the resac stuff as well for you to download.
I can't hear you. If you can't send me the recording, that'd be great. Thank you. Love you, everyone.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Your question, would it be better to start with smaller group or single person rather than a big group?
No, I wouldn't start with a group. I would start by doing it by yourself in your apartment, in your bedroom, and in your living room.
And just project to the
Just
room.
learn how to project it outside.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't start with a group. You're not ready yet. You're still learning how to ride a bicycle.
Yes.
Any other questions or comments? Again, it's to find that voice. it's going to take you a minute to find it.
And it comes with a place where certainty and a knowing of your real identity become one, of who you really are. Not just a human being, but a grounding rod for the power of God. A force for goodness and benevolence. And the moment you have that, when you pronounce it, it will shift outside. Any other questions or comments? Okay, let's take a 5-minute break and then we'll do the closing meditation. 5 minutes. Take a very deep and slow breath. And as you inhale and exhale deeply and slowly, allow the universal life force that permeates everything to enter into your lungs. Keep breathing deeply and slowly. And let your soul and your awareness drop in the middle of your chest. Please forgive me. I love you. And I let go. Please forgive me. I love you. And I let go. Let your mind and your heart sync with each other. And notice what you noticed. And the guardian alliance of light approach you, offering to gift you their shields of light and protection and a band of neutrality. If you are ready to accept this gift at this time, answer affirmatively. And let the energy of the first guardian begin in the core of the earth, counter-rotating, moving through the bottom of my feet, passing through my core, exiting outside of my head, and going into the top of the fourth dimensional body, while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the top of my head extends, and it attracts now the energy of the second guardian coming in from source, rotating clockwise, dropping into the top of the fifth dimensional body, passing through the top of my head, moving through my core, and going into the core of the earth, while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the bottom of your feet extends, and it attracts now the energy of the third guardian coming in from the core of the earth, counter-rotating, moving through the bottom of my feet, passing to my core, exiting outside of my head, and going into the top of the sixth dimensional body while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the top of my head extends, and it attracts now the energy of the fourth guardian coming in from source while rotating clockwise, dropping into the top of the seventh dimensional body, passing through the top of my head, moving through my core, exiting at the bottom of my feet, and going into the core of the earth while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the bottom of my feet extends, and it attracts now the energy of the fifth guardian coming in from the core of the earth, counter-rotating, moving upwards to the bottom of my feet, passing through my core, exiting outside of my head, and going into the top of the 8-dimensional body while creating all around me. The torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the top of my head extends and it attracts now the energy of the 6th guardian, coming in from source while rotating clockwise, dropping into the top of the 9th-dimensional body, passing down into the top of my head, moving through my core, going into the core of the earth, while creating all around me. A torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the bottom of my feet extends and it attracts now the energy of the 7th guardian, coming in from the core of the earth, counter-rotating, moving to the bottom of my feet, passing through my core, exiting outside of my head, and going into the top of the 10th dimensional body while creating all around me. A torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the top of my head extends and it attracts now the energy of the 8th guardian coming in from source while rotating clockwise, dropping into the top of the 8th of the 11th dimensional body, passing into the top of my head, moving through my core, exiting at the bottom of my feet, and going into the core of the earth while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the bottom of my feet extends and it attracts now the energy of the 9th guardian coming in from the core of the earth, counter-rotating, moving through the bottom of my feet, passing through my core, exiting outside of my head, and going into the top of the 12th dimensional body while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the top of my head extends and it attracts now the energy of the 10th guardian coming in from source while rotating clockwise, passing into the top of the 13th dimensional body, moving through my core, exiting at the bottom of my feet, and going into the core of the earth while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the bottom of my feet extends and it attracts now the energy of the 11th guardian, counter-rotating, moving through the bottom of my feet, passing through my core, exiting outside of my head, and going into the top of the 14th dimensional body while creating all around me with torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the top of my head extends and it attracts now the energy of the 12 guardian coming in from the top of the 15 dimensional body, rotating clockwise, passing through the top of my head, moving through my core, exiting at the bottom of my feet and going into the core of the earth while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. I am in the rest, the stillness, and the liberation of God. Hosanna into the highest. Hosanna into the highest. Hosanna into the highest. Take a very deep and slow breath. And whenever you feel ready. You can open your eyes.
Thank you, Pierre. That was helpful for me when you said find your own voice rather than making it sound like what you do. I was exploring with the sense of love and kindness, the command
Mm-hmm.
in a very different way.
Mm.
And it felt different and almost like, well, kind of like wax melting down the side of the candle.
Oh.
Do you recommend not sharing the highlights of just be prepared with extra cash and
You can see, you can
food
share it, you can share it, you can share it.
for any particular
Yes, yes, yes.
reason, though? I mean, do I need to just say it would be good in these?
You can decide to share as much as you want to share. The reasons I stated before we started the recording, I've already stated the reason why I'm not doing it. Okay?
Yes,
I'm being listened to.
yes.
Okay? But you're not me. So you do what you want.
Okay, thank
Okay?
you, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, did you sense some energy at some point in there?
I was broadcasting, yes.
Okay. I felt it, but thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Wow.
I want to thank all of you for listening to me tonight, and um, I love you so much, Heavenly. We're in this together, and together we are gonna do great things. Love you all, and like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you next week. Good
Good
night.
night, everyone. Love you all.
Good night. Same to us. Take care. Bye-bye.